I thought I was setting you up for you to say that. And I'm also here with Gordon and Cal.
Hi.
And
Hello.
Rios.
Hello.
Fun show.
We
This
are.
is the first day of September.
Yes.
I can't believe that.
The holiday season is here.
Labor Day, and then Gay Christmas.
Yes, Halloween.
And then Thanksgiving.
But first, Miami Beach Pride.
Miami Beach
Pride.
Pride.
Yes.
Right. It's going to be fun. Well, good evening, South Florida and America, and welcome to It's Happening Out, the world's most popular live gay television talk show. It's 9 p.m. Wednesday, September 1st. I'm your anchor, Al Ferguson, and let's start the show by meeting tonight's host. Let's first up welcome Faye What? She's a radio and television personality and has the popular blog and YouTube channel aiming to unite the L and the G together. Are you accomplishing that?
I am. Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
With me, the L and G is combining?
Yes, you're the G, I'm the L, remember?
Oh yeah, I do now. There's a hostess, and she is a hostess and MC for many South Florida events, an animal advocate and owner of Faye's Fur Family, and is the anchor, of course, you know, as the travel news show, happeningout.travel. And you can also see her on the Faye What Show on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Good evening, Faye.
Good evening, everyone. And I want to just remind everyone to adopt, don't shop. And I also want to say I'm super excited to be sitting around this table with all you homos and queers.
Really?
I'm really excited. Wednesday's my favorite day of the week because I get to spend time with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now you're getting closer. Keep working on that. Next, let's welcome Cal Gajraj. He is a marketing and public relations executive with 20 years experience. Does that make you that old?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, all right. Brand
Started at
develop-
5.
Not a grinder.
Yeah, right. And 20 years experience in brand development and communications and media relations. He is currently a communications director in the healthcare industry, which means you're a catch.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And
I have a 401k.
It's got benefits,
and a
people.
nice car and a place to live. Wow, you're like a
What size shoe do you wear?
right. You're like a platinum gay. An adjunct professor at Miami-Dade College, advisory board member of PRSA, Greater Fort Lauderdale. Welcome, Cal.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being. I love being here every single week.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I understand you use the show as a dating opportunity.
I try, but it's not working. No, it's not working.
All right. I happen to know that that's not true. Next, let's welcome Dan Rios. He is the director of LGBTQ plus marketing for the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, the official destination marketing organization for Greater Miami and the beaches. Joining their marketing and tourism division in 2002, Dan is considered one of America's top experts on LGBTQ plus travel and tourism. And boy, that is saying something. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Look at Dan's bow tie. It deserves its own show right there. Look at it.
It does. Leather, I understand. Where does the strap go?
It turns into a whip.
Exactly, right. Next, let's welcome anchor Gordon Woodworth III. They identify as genderqueer, non-binary, and they are a Gen Zer. Oh, I'm going to have to talk about that, apparently. And they are also pagan and a data specialist at Broward House, a not-for-profit social services organization with 30 years of providing support for our community impacted by HIV. We love Broward House. Gordon also runs an alt-space VR channel called Pagans in Virtual Reality. Good evening, Gordon.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and, thinking about we're 1 week away from the next new moon.
Absolutely. All right. Whatever that means.
I have no idea. I was going to ask you the same
Just
thing.
say yes.
Smile.
Just say yes.
It's next
I'm afraid
Monday.
of Gen Zers. Just smile.
That's right.
Tell us what we have to do.
That's right. I'm afraid of Gen Z.
They could lock my iPhone or something.
That's right.
You know.
Exactly.
He's giving you that look. They're giving you that look.
Gordon, we say that in the best intent possible, however. All right, so good evening, South Florida. We are the first and most popular live LGBTQ talk show in the world. Thank you so much. More than 50,000 of you watched us last week in YouTube alone. We have so much to talk about. Next on It's Happening Out.
This week on It's Happening Out. Join us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, right now, live on It's Happening Out.
You should hear what we talk about at the table while video packages are running. All right. Well, you're watching a live and unedited LGBTQ talk show. So you're going to see everything and anything can happen. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click the bell for updates. And if you're on Facebook, like and share this video. Let's begin our show with how we have begun. We're getting ready to celebrate our 3rd year anniversary, October 20th, here at the Sunshine Studios here at Sunshine Cathedral. We're going to have a big fun event here to celebrate our 3rd year anniversary and the 36th anniversary of Hotspots magazine. So we begin our show with the meme of the week. Miami Beach Pride. Do you know anything about that, Dan, by the way?
A little bit.
About it? All right. Well, Miami Beach Pride is this coming week after this week. So our meme this week is coming down after Miami Beach Pride Circuit Party. And we're going to show you this image. And look carefully, and perhaps we can go into full screen to look very closely at the image. It's quite...
Is he sitting on the sink?
He's sitting
Why
on
does that
a
unicorn
little
look so
potty.
hot?
Oh, he made his own little potty out of a
And
bowl.
Look at
Dan, is that you?
Oh, that's where the bow tie leads to.
To the harness underneath.
Follow
Now I get
the
it.
bow tie to the unicorn.
Well, he had to put the unicorn head on so nobody would know it was him until Cal outed him. That's called outing.
You heard it here first.
Exactly. It's cute.
Thanks.
He'll take it.
Dan is speechless. All right. Well, It's Happening Out, as you know, is part of the Happening Out television network, Hotspots magazine, and WMEG events. Hotspots is celebrating its 35 years of the LGBTQ experience, getting ready the clock to turn over to 36. All merged now, and we bring you the best of our 3 brands of LGBT news, entertainment, and support of our LGBTQ community. Okay, who needs a drink?
You guys.
Right, okay. I definitely do. If you were sitting at this table, you would say that exact same thing.
Yes.
All right, so let's play our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. We invite you to play at home right along with us as I ask our host 4 questions. We have played this from every episode, including our premiere episode 3 years ago. If they agree with the question, they're going to take this shot. We're doing vodka and cranberry tonight,
Okay.
I believe. It's probably rot gut vodka, knowing our budget, but whatever. It's
vodka.
It's going to do the trick.
If you put it through the Brita, it tastes just like Tito's. Don't worry about it.
True.
We need a vodka sponsor.
And we've had those before, and the Gen Zer will never know. He'll think it's really, really great.
I don't drink vodka, only when I'm here.
Okay, all right. That's right. Well, and if they disagree, it's going to be a long night because we're probably not going to have as much fun if they don't agree. So, everybody ready to play?
Ready.
I Swallow That? All right, very good. First question. Mamma mia! Are we talking about Italy and food? No. Those swinging disco Swedes who have been making music since 1972 are still going at it. And that's right. And by the way, there's another Mamma Mia movie coming.
Oh,
Yay.
nice.
And soon you're going to be seeing Annie Fried and Benny and Bjorn and...
The other one.
Anybody know?
The other one.
Agnetha?
Agnetha.
Yes.
Good.
Again,
Very nice.
Question number 1. I'd swallow that. Here we go again. ABBA has set its comeback. They are going to release their first music in 39 years, and I love that. Oh, we all know?
I'm not drinking it. Aside from Mamma Mia.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. No more fucking ABBA.
There you
That's a perfect clip.
Wait, was that Faye? I saw Faye in there.
That was me before my morning coffee, for sure.
Yeah.
Like aside from Mamma Mia, that song, like it's just like I don't know. I don't want to hear anything else.
Fernando?
I'm okay. Fernando too. I like Fernando too. Okay, so that's 2.
What about
Chiquitita?
SOS?
But if they're gonna come up with some new
SOS.
music,
Dancing
I'm not.
Queen?
Dancing Queen, yeah.
Oh, I like Dancing Queen
See?
too.
So you-
Oh my God, I had
You
no
need to
idea.
take that drink.
Yeah.
Listen, I had no
wait.
idea that they
Pick
sang
that
all
drink
those
up and drink
songs.
it now.
I
Have
had
you seen the movies?
I've seen the movies, but they're not in the movies.
Oh, in the movie.
But I just see them as like 5 white people like that are the
Wait.
group, and
Wait,
that's
the
it.
music is in the movie.
Let's discuss something culturally that has just happened.
Oh, there's
There
women
is
down
a
there too.
token
Cool.
lesbian at the table, and she goes, "Mama, no, Abba, no, I know, I
She
hate it."
practically said that's so gay.
Right. And said, that is so gay. And the 4 gay guys go, what?
Yeah.
And we start naming tables. Oh, yeah.
I like that too.
Oh, yeah.
I like that too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're
There's-
gay, you love disco, and there's nothing you can do about
You
it.
guys totally educated me.
Educated. Okay.
Now you take the shot.
Yes, now you take the shot.
Gladly.
Exactly. And for the rest of the show, shut up and don't speak. Next up, a lost little girl travels to a strange land, facing natural disasters and monsters and committing murder in attempts to get home. Who can't relate to that? Even if it's only in our heads. Question number 2. I'd swallow that. Happy 82nd birthday.
Wow.
And is The Wizard of Oz the best movie ever?
One of.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Uh-oh, I'm
I
gonna
mean,
do
it
this
isn't,
fast.
but I'm gonna do this one for Judy.
You just want to drink it. Let's be real.
No, there's a lot of fundamental lessons I feel like that are
Like
in
what?
the movie.
Like what?
Follow the yellow brick road.
Yeah, that's not a lesson, dude. I'm sorry, I caught you. I could see it in your eyes. What I think the point that you make is there's wanderlust that I think especially gay men identify, broadly the LGBTQ community. We gravitate toward a glittering city. We come out of rural places like Kansas and Nebraska and go, we want to get out and we want to go to our Emerald City, which is an illustration of New York or Los Angeles or San Francisco.
Our friends don't have hearts or brains.
Yes, our adopted family have hearts, brains, and courage, hopefully. And we adopt family and friends that bring us along because perhaps our family at home don't embrace us. It's really kind of iconic. I think that's what you meant.
That's
Is that what you
exactly
meant?
that's exactly what I was thinking. So thank you so much.
I got that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the first movie we ever did a queering on.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Well, now explain that to us.
So
queering.
a queering is when it's because historically gay people haven't been represented in media at all. We look for ourselves in the stories that do exist. So we looked for ourselves in The Wizard of Oz, throughout the 60s. And, Judy was our icon, and it was her death that precipitated the Stonewall riots. So
1939? Yeah, I can see that.
Wow.
The queering of our identification. We're bonding onto something that wasn't designed for us, but we see the illustration. I can see that.
And the best
Absolutely.
musical of all time came out of it also, Wicked, which is
Wicked.
like the best ever.
oh, you're not going to say The Wiz?
I
And
thought The
I
Wiz
was
was
gonna
pretty
say
good.
Oh, The Wiz was good
Yeah.
too, but
Yeah.
Wicked is my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And that's only because of you were attracted to the...
Glenda, yeah, of course.
Oh, I thought it was
Glenda.
because
You were attracted to the white girl?
I liked her. She was cute.
Yeah.
I wanted her to defy gravity. I'm like, anyway.
Mental picture there.
Yeah, wait. Let's pause just 5 seconds. Yeah, I got it. Okay. All right, let's move on. The Bachelor and the Bachelorette. Now, I've got to be careful here. I've got to slow down. I'm just telling you right now, I've got to slow down. The Bachelor and the... Oh, this is what it used to be for you.
Yes.
Yes.
When I used to go, I used to work drunk. It's okay. I'm in recovery. I've almost 7 years sober, and I used to go to work like high as a kite. And I would be on radio stations talking like on the air drunk, like putting whatever commercials I wanted in and be like, And next up, let's listen to Little Nas X. You know, like it was a hot mess.
I'm so proud of you.
You've come a far way.
I mean, come on. I'm very proud of you.
How long? How long sober?
7 years November.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I still hang out with all of you, and I don't drink, which is crazy.
Yeah, especially me.
Especially you.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, for some reason, have millions of viewers. I don't quite get it. But who cares about breeders? Now, I'm reading a teleprompter. That's what I was told to say. Who want a gay bachelor? Have you thought about that? Question number 3. I'd swallow that. I agree with, here's who does, Lance Bass. He wants to host and has lobbied ABC. We want a gay bachelor. What do y'all think?
I agree with that.
I'll be
That's
all over
that.
That would be
I
great
want a gay
casting.
Wait.
All over
Does
that.
he want to be the gay bachelor?
No. He wants to be the host.
He wants to be the host. He was just filling in for this show, Something in Paradise, and he was filling in for a couple of episodes as the host, and he liked it so much. And they said to him, you know, okay, well, your time here is done. What next? He goes, I want to host a gay bachelor. That needs to really happen.
Yeah.
And so that got people talking, and they're going to put something like this together.
Yeah.
Is he any good on TV? Because I don't remember that he was still famous.
Since NSYNC?
Since
Oh, let's see. Everybody at the table reacts
Hey,
to the Gen Z. Oh my God.
Gordon, bye.
That's why I don't watch daytime TV, because I want someone to hit me so I can see some
But it's
stars.
not daytime
Lance
TV.
Bass is not gay. It is not.
Do you not know your
daytime
boy band?
television.
I know. And how old do you think I was when NSYNC was popular?
Oh,
True,
my
he
God,
probably- he
now
wasn't
he's
even born.
aging us.
Now he's totally aging us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're
being bullied.
we're
being bullied.
By Gen Zer. You see what happens? Who do we call though?
Not
Like,
right.
who do we call him?
Dan
Who do we
Rio
call him?
just
Millennials?
said you have done a drive-by bullying of him. He just
I
told
would
you
never
that.
bully you.
Oh, don't,
Well, I would-
no, don't back down now, because that's exactly what you were doing.
I would love to audition to be on the show.
What, you know,
Anything for a day.
funny.
Anything for a day,
Cal.
Can someone get him a water, please?
Cal, it's like, are you thirsty?
Hold on, but why
all the
not?
time?
He would be great.
No,
for
I'm
the
not
show.
thirsty.
would
I'm
be
just
great.
single.
You said that he's a catch. Wouldn't
yeah.
he?
Okay,
Wouldn't
yeah.
he be perfect?
Cal is a catch.
Stop, real quick. Okay, look at directly in the camera. Give the camera this is your moment. You're
Oh,
pitching
no.
to ABC. You want to be on the show.
Wait.
Look dead in that camera. Do your pitch. Go.
That's tough. And I do this for a living. That's hilarious. However, I am one of the 40 under 40 bachelors in Broward County in South Florida. I have a great job, college educated, family oriented,
You're fun.
fun,
He's
exciting.
super clean.
attractive.
No, he's
No,
super
it's-
clean. He's got a big penis and he's got a bunch of shoes.
Wait.
What?
He doesn't necessarily need to use the penis.
Of course you have to use the penis. What do you mean?
Well,
You can.
Sometimes
I'm an equal opportunity employer.
Right.
other people
All right.
use the penis.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. That's what I was hinting at. You went way too far in
Yes.
describing it. Thank you.
Well,
All right.
Faye will be my agent. So.
Yes.
She's
No.
the top, so beware.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that too.
Wait. All right. We have made this joke. We're moving on. All right. On last week's I'd Swallow That, we talked about people faking orgasms. Cal would never do that.
Never.
Well, apparently, Master Chief has been coming soon since 2004. Wait.
What?
What? What am I talking about? I'm just reading a teleprompter. I have no idea what I'm talking about. So, question number 4. I'd swallow that. Oh, now I know. Yes, Xbox really released Halo 2 themed condoms. Do the jokes just write themselves? Do you get it?
I don't get it.
Halo 2
I get it.
Halo 2 is coming out with condoms.
I get
They've done their own condom brand.
When I just heard you, I thought maybe Beyonce had come up with a Halo 2. And I was
That's
like,
what I
oh,
was
okay. I was like,
thinking,
great.
too.
A
I was
second
like,
rendition of Halo. It was
Are you- you're
fantastic
not a
the first
gamer?
time. All right.
No, I'm not a
Okay.
gamer.
Have you ever heard of Halo?
Yeah, I've heard of the video game.
We reported on
but-
that.
That's right,
So
exactly.
it's just themed
These are
condoms?
Themed condoms from the Halo 2.
I wouldn't
No.
trust them,
Halo.
folks. I wouldn't
I'm not
trust them,
impressed.
community.
So
Although it could be a little distracting.
As I guess I'm the only gamer here. So Halo is a huge huge franchise.
Oh, that's right. You do that strange. We were talking about that strange
The
virtual reality.
strange virtual stuff you do.
But
Yeah.
Halo's not in VR. So Halo's been around forever. It's an institution. Do you know the game at all? Do you know
Halo.
anything
They
about-
have oranges. Oranges, right? The little
What do you
Halo.
mean? Okay,
No.
first of
No,
all,
tampoco. Ay,
I
Dios
didn't even know who
mío.
Lance
I'm never
Bass
gonna get
was.
what
And you
this
said that
is.
he's been around
I
forever.
knew who Lance Bass was. Excuse me. I just said he's not relevant anymore.
But then the game. But then the game has been around forever.
How
I
can you
mean,
say that? It's like saying Justin Timberlake is old. What is wrong with you?
Start a list like we did last week. At the end of tonight's broadcast, we're going to have an apology list. We would like, on behalf of It's Happening Out, to apologize to. Lance Bass is first on our list tonight. We would
Sorry,
like
Lance
to
Bass. My
apologize
apologies.
to Lance Bass.
Nothing against him.
Nothing against your irrelevance in
I mean,
society.
facts are facts. But no, Halo is a huge game, and I'm excited about this because this is a good way to get prophylactics to the kids.
To the kids. To the kids.
so are they going to advertise the condoms in the game? I mean, how is that?
No, you
No,
can
that's it.
Condoms
The
are
buy
an advertisement for
for the
the game.
game.
Like,
the
it's like
condoms, you get the
free gift for
either
purchase?
And this is
distribute
Halo
or
2,
you
so-
can buy
so-
them.
So when you
Either
put them
way.
on, does a certain character show up there or something?
So this is Halo 2,
No.
by the way, which has been out for a long
See, we're showing the pictures right now.
you know,
of,
2004 is the
Oh.
date on there. There's like 4 of them now.
So why would
No.
they come out with Halo 2? Okay.
I don't
All
get
right,
it,
you
but
gamers,
okay.
you gamers are strange.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Really?
No.
They're not really very valuable for me because
No.
unless they say Magnum, no.
Oh.
All right, let's move on. Next, let's consider. Wait, Gordon, are you reading me too? I'm not Lance Bass. Next, let's consider the best thing of the week. It's called Skateboard Tricks with Little Nas X. This is cute. Watch this.
Today, I want to be doing some airs, maybe a McTwist. Let's go. Let's go. And that's how you skateboard. Thank you.
What did you think of Tony Hawk and Little Nas X skateboarding? And by the way, before you comment on it, this was a joke that they did because Little Nas got into the thing on Montero with the Nike sneakers with the blood in them. And one of the hottest high premium items being sold is skateboards with Tony Hawk's blood incorporated in the production of
Oh, wow.
the skateboards. And so Little Nas said, wait, this is a double standard. First, it's a white boy doing this. And second, it's a straight boy doing this. So why are you discriminating against me? And that's how this happened. What do y'all think?
Well, I want the audience to know that Faye said, "Oh, is that Lance Bass?" when the camera was out.
Oh,
I did. I was joking. I knew it wasn't Lance Bass. Lance Bass. I meant like I
No,
was
no,
messing with you. That was called shade, Gordon.
Even you couldn't recognize
Shade.
Lance Bass. because
Shade.
he's not relevant.
Oh.
Okay.
my God.
I need another drink.
wait.
Wow,
On
you
behalf-
have one.
On behalf of Cal and Dan and Al, we would like to thank Gordon Woodworth III for his last appearance. All right, let's move on. That's our fun thing of the week. Let's move on to our segment that we call What's on Your Mind. Each host, I told you, it's a little difficult. Each host is going to tell us in just 30 seconds what is important to them this week. But remember, it can only be 30 seconds or you're going to hear what?
My God.
That bell, which Faye loves, she begs me to do it.
I forgot my earplugs.
Right, exactly. All right. So let's start with Faye. What's
Sure.
on your mind?
All
this
right,
week?
what's on my mind? This is what's on my mind, people, today. It's all about compliments today. All right, you know, life is tough. We've had a really rough couple of years. There's all these hurricanes affecting all these different folks all around the globe. The things that happen in Kabul, it's a mess out there, right? Give people a compliment. If you go to Publix, if you go to your grocery store, if you go to the gas station, wherever you go, tell somebody you like their nail polish or that they have a nice shirt on, whatever it is. That might make their day, and they might not kill you.
I like your earrings. All right, and Dan Rios, what is on your mind?
Well, for starters, Faye, you look beautiful today.
Yes.
Thank you.
And every day.
You sound scared when you say that. And not very genuine.
Well, I'm, on my mind is I'm excited. I'm excited that right now everything seems to be coming back to life. All the events are starting. We're getting calls from influencers that want to come to visit Miami, and we're hosting them. And it's great to have that excitement and that buzz that Miami's used to having. So.
Yeah, that's exciting. And Dan, I don't know if you know, but I'm associated with these little tiny television shows. And these influencers, we would love for you to walk them right through happening out.
Yeah, you're in for a treat.
Yes, good. And thank you. And Cal Gajraj, what's on your mind this week?
So there's a lot of things that have been on my mind this week, but the one thing that kind of happened today that's been the most prevalent on my mind is that since the election, I've stopped arguing with people on social media about their political views. And yesterday, a friend of mine, who I thought was a very good close friend, posted something, and I corrected them, with the facts. But then their friends started commenting, and they start with the name calling and calling out different things. And then of course you click on people's Facebook and you see where they work and what they do, and they start bringing those things out, thinking that they can disrespect you or say something derogatory about you. And it really made me think about how, like Faye, what you were saying about being kind to people. And I wasn't derogatory to anyone. I didn't call anyone names, but it's just amazing how nasty people can be, and they don't even know you, and they're not even open to a different opinion or just a different thought.
We have to, very nice message, we have to remember when you get your degree from the Donald Trump University,
Hateration.
You get what you paid for.
Yeah.
And Gordon Woodworth III, what's on your mind this week?
This week is Burn Week. So Burning Man 2021 is going on right now, and it's the second year in a row that Burning Man is happening in virtual reality. It's also happening in real life again this year, but it's also happening in VR. brcvr.org if you want to see all their events line up. I hope you do check it out. If you have access to a computer or if you have a VR headset, check out AltSpace and jump on there. There's a lot of cool things going on right now, and even this week my group is doing free tarot readings every day. We're doing ritual for the new moon on Monday. We're doing classes over the weekend. Check it out. There's all sorts of things going on.
That sounds cool. All right, next, let's catch up with the news from the world of entertainment. Entertainer Jojo Siwa will join and has made history as she joins ABC's Dancing with the Stars as the first competitor ever paired with a partner of the same sex. The network announced this week that the 18-year-old, who is known for her social media videos and her appearance on the reality show Dance Moms, said earlier this year that she is a member of the LGBTQ+ community. And on Friday's Good Morning America, she said of her appearance on Dancing with the Stars, quote, "I'm so happy that I get to dance with another girl. I think this is going to make it normal for people around the world," end quote. So this week's headline from the world of entertainment, Jojo Siwa to become the first Dancing with the Stars competitor paired with a same-sex partner. Wow, what do y'all think about this?
I think this is super cool, and I have one drink left, so
yes.
I'm definitely.
I agree with you. I'm
taking
doing it for it.
Cheers.
Watch out.
Jojo
Yeah.
Siwa, we salute you.
She's adorable.
Represent us well.
Yeah,
She's
absolutely.
adorable. Now, I wish it was maybe two boys dancing together. Maybe Lance Bass,
I don't think it
Could have
makes
been on
a,
Bamboo.
yeah, I don't, I don't think it definitely makes a difference because I think about it as just being, two, same-sex people doing it. Because for me, I know that I love to dance, and I've only danced with the same gender. And I know a couple weeks ago when I was at a work conference, someone of the opposite sex wanted to dance, and we were trying to do the waltz because I can ballroom dance, and I couldn't do it.
Did she lead? Cal?
She had to lead. So,
That's great.
And I thought it was interesting because I'm only accustomed to dancing with another guy. So I love seeing this because it makes it even more normal for me.
Well, and her fan base is huge, ginormous. I mean, she's got a huge fan base. So the fact that all those people and their moms, see her dancing with another girl, I think that's a trailblazer move right there.
Her fan base is largely younger, and that's why this is an important story, because the young people are going to see this now, and it's normalized, and that's really exciting.
Well, that's what's
Go ahead.
That's what's great, because normal people are already seeing it as normal. So in a way, it's like, filtering up to the rest of us, old ones.
Let me disagree with you slightly, Gordon, and I'm curious what y'all's reaction is. Dancing with the Stars is not generated in terms of its fan base watching the show from the 16 to 30-year-old. That is not the fan base that is watching in viewership. The overwhelming viewership is mid-30s to mid-60s watching Dancing with the Stars. ABC is making and Disney, by the way, this is a Disney product. They're making the decision to do this, and it's going to bring JoJo Siwa's fan base to the show, which they desperately want, but it's principally being put in front of a much older population, viewer base, that will not at first reaction go, wait, this is fantastic. And what do y'all think about older Americans seeing two girls dancing together?
It's the medicine for those who need it the most.
Absolutely.
Because hopefully they'll think of their children or their grandchildren, who may not have come out to them, and it'll make it easier for them.
Will that be successful, that strategy, do you think?
Hopefully.
Disney can afford to do it.
For sure. But beyond that, I don't think Disney's really worried about it, or they wouldn't have done it. But beyond their ability to do it, which is crystal clear, do you think it'll be successful? 62-year-old Bill and Mildred in the villages of Florida are going to watch and do watch Dancing with the Stars. How's it going to wash over on
Al? But it's a start, Al, first of all. And second of all, JoJo, she looks like a 14-year-old, so she's very likable, So these older folks might actually get a liking for her and start seeing this as normal, because it is.
I think that, to your point, a lot of people, a big percentage, or a small percentage actually, would turn off that TV, but a lot won't. So you have to make, steps.
We have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
I think more people will watch it, and also it's cable TV. They're only beholden to their advertisers. It doesn't matter if Billy Bob Joe in the middle of nowhere doesn't like that there's two lesbians dancing on stage. We don't care.
Yeah. Well, let's take that one step farther. What do you think about ABC's decision to do the Mary Poppins spoonful of sugar kind of approach? They have specifically, it's interesting, your observation, they have specifically chosen a beautiful young girl to dance with another girl, as opposed to two highly sexualized 30-year-old men dancing with each other. Are you happy that that the first implementation of this iconic and historic moment is girls and not boys?
Don't get me wrong. I'd much rather see Ricky Martin dancing with his hot husband on Dancing with the Stars than JoJo. But it's a start, Al. It's somewhere. It's giving us some kind of visibility in a place that we were not at last year. And this show has been on 30 years, guys. This is their 30 seasons, excuse me. So wow, it took them this long to acknowledge us, actually.
But also, how many lesbians do you see on TV?
That's
right
a
now.
great point.
How many do we see?
Not many.
Don't you know all of them?
All of them. They're at my house right now. Under lock and key.
All right. Well, that's our discussion on
Someone call the police.
And then you say,
Faye, we really thank you for all of your contributions, but tonight is your last appearance on It's Happening Out. All right, well, that's our discussion on entertainment, and next we report that Happening Out Television Network helps support our LGBTQ community. An example is Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church here in Fort Lauderdale. We are broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Studios, supporting that partnership. The network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ religious broadcast in the world, with more than 30,000 watching every Sunday from 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time and it's totally live. We encourage you to tune in. You should try it. People from all over the world are tuning in to watch it. Our campaign of sponsorship proudly supports Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
I'm Dr. Ty Hauser, professor at Broward College and host of Gay Town Hall. Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Well, up next, if we were standing around the LGBTQ water cooler, this is what we think we would all be talking about. We refer to it as the hot topic of the week at It's Happening Out. Well, we come back to Grindr again. On dating apps like Grindr, principally for the gay community, many users have profiles that contain phrases like, "I don't date black men," or they claim they are not attracted to Latinos. Other times they will list races acceptable to them: white, Asian, Latino only. So our main topic for this week is talking about why does this happen? How do we move beyond just simple preference as a reflection that it could be something much worse? So our hot topic is how gay men justify racism on Grindr. What do y'all think about what's going on?
Wow.
This deep breath, this deep
Wow.
breath.
What do you? And
I'm on right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, right?
No, but I think
in the show, are you on Grindr?
Yeah, I
right?
mean, absolutely.
Oh, you are.
Yeah. It's very interesting because I feel like I've been the recipient of that on Grindr as well, because I'll get feedback, comments, or messages back with people telling me, you know, why I'm not appealing to them based off of either my race or my age or, you know, physical features or, you know, whatever. So I think it's really interesting. I would hate to say it's not eHarmony, it's not, you know, Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle,
you know,
yeah.
so the site is what it is. It's a hookup site. You're not looking for the love of your life on there. You know, you're just looking for the next fling. So are you just looking for your preferences? I mean, and if that's the case, then okay, whatever.
But why be so mean? Like people are like, you know.
You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be
mean about it. We did a story a couple months back about, it was during the time where people were going after Asians a lot up in New York, and a lot of the Grindr stuff was no Asians or hate Asians, or if you're any part Asian, don't reply to this message, or something like that. And
I mean, Al messages me all the time and I just don't respond. So I don't know if
where'd that come from, Al?
You promised me you weren't going to.
it's just the pictures after
it's
pictures.
Okay. It's okay. We know he was looking for tops. It's
Oh my goodness.
no,
Where is it a preference and where is it someone being racist?
Yeah.
I think that the preference thing is, and I'll say it as a white person, that's a white person excuse to cover their thinly veiled racism, period. Your preference is based on racism, even if it's not necessarily like you understand that you're being racist. It's part of your conditioning. It's part of your environment. You think these things about these different groups of people because you have a prejudice.
But how about if it's not something that you think of certain people? Excuse me. Like, for example, if you asked me a couple of years ago, who do you want to marry? Who do you want to marry? I've always wanted to marry a Latina. I want to marry someone where I can share my language with. Yes, a white person can know Spanish as well, but there's certain to do with our culture and stuff like that that I wanted
you're talking
to.
about culture.
So is that a racist thing? That was my preference?
I don't think so, because you're talking about culture. Just like, I'll give you a parallel example. I'm not interested in men that are the non-scene gays, that don't like the gay community and don't like gay culture. Okay, you could be really hot to me or whatever, but if you're not a part of the culture and you're not here for it, there's going to be a lot of things that we're not going to have shared values.
It's a non-negotiable for you.
Let's go deeper to that observation, and Faye begins to pursue it in terms of preferences. We sit and defend our preferences, and the question really here, it's going on in conversation boards at Reddit and other places. The question that's really being asked is, we formulate a preference and say, well, my preference is not to be with an African American man, or a person of color, or a Latino, or whatever it is, Asian or whatever. But the question is why? Because those people represent in every possible way every single thing that you're going to do in the hookup. And why is the skin color or whatever the check boxes are, why are they different for you in terms of preference? And what sociologists are coming to is that this is how we innately learn our prejudices and our racism, and then we categorize them as a preference. But it's not really a preference. It was created in our racist education, our upbringing, our family.
What Gordon said.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
we're conditioned to be that way.
Well, we're
The
conditioned
answer is
to.
not to call you out, but yes, it is a racist attitude. A potential racist attitude to say it's not a cultural issue, it's an issue that you were trained and felt comfortable being with somebody that was the same as you, which can't be a white person, or it can't be an Asian person.
Well, there are white Latinos,
but like,
and there are black
yeah,
Latinos.
No, there are.
But that diverts from the point that I'm making here.
Completely. But like Hal said, Grindr's a hookup site. Now let's not get it. Let's be real. What I said was a forever partner. Okay, I'd sleep with any color in the rainbow. Okay, black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, you
And
name
probably
it,
have.
and enjoyed it. And if I got a pass from Teresa, I'd do it again. You know what I mean? So then there's a difference.
Right, there's a difference.
But there's a whole other dimension of it here, because surprise, I also have a Grindr profile. There's more than just racism happening here, and I will say I'll call out white people because that's my people, and I can talk about that. But it's not exclusively them, but it is a majority of the time. It is white people doing this with the racism. But there's also a fair amount of ageism going on, and you see quite a lot. People write, you have to be DDF, which is disease and drug free. Meaning if you're HIV positive, they're not going to give you a second look because they have an ignorant opinion about being HIV positive, and they are ignorant of the fact that being undetectable means untransmittable.
Let me challenge the observation for you. I hear your observation, but at the end of the day, why is that unacceptable? If somebody does not want to be with somebody that is undetectable, is educated on what undetectable means, but still does not want to trick via Grindr with somebody that is HIV positive that is undetectable, why isn't that okay?
What's the reason?
It doesn't matter. It's my
It's their
desire.
preference.
I don't
your
want
preference
to.
is you're going to hold something against a person that they have no control over. That doesn't change
Well, kind of like the
anything.
race, that you don't have no control over the race
that
either.
flips the question, which is easier to do than answering my question, which is, and I'm just providing a counterbalance to the conversation. I just don't want to, and why isn't that good enough?
Like you wouldn't date somebody that liked Trump.
Yeah.
You know, is
I
that
have-
a preference?
I don't.
less of a. Okay, you go. Oh, sorry.
I think it's hard to compare having a disease again that won't affect the other person in any way.
Due respect.
I don't like Trump.
You're flipping the conversation and not addressing the real question.
It's rooted in bigotry. Does that answer your question?
Okay, and why would it not be okay of me going, okay, now I'm very educated on HIV and I understand undetectable, and I have spent the time to learn about HIV and undetectable, but I just don't want to be with somebody that has HIV. Why isn't that acceptable?
I mean, to me, it's like similar to ableism. It's just, I don't like this person because of, and I truly don't understand if you were educated on what U equals U is and all that, why you would feel that way. But in this, this weird hypothetical situation we're talking about here, I mean, really, if you feel that way, it's an irrational belief.
Well, but I hear you loud and clear, but we're in a world where 48% of the people in the world deny science and don't want to get a vaccine too. It's just who we are and what we are.
Them either.
Yeah.
One of the things, I think I have less of a problem with the preference because we all, like I have a type,
we all have types.
So I have, but I have a problem with closing the door by putting that in your profile, because you close the door, because of course I have a type, but believe me, I find plenty of people across all things attractive, and there's connections that we have.
And you never know where it leads to.
Right. So by closing the door, I think is the problem.
I'm curious as for gay men, for example, it's I suspect very different for lesbian women. But for gay men, we have no problem simultaneously talking about size issues in our profiles. This is what I like, and I want this. Why isn't that the same thing as what we're talking about?
You're talking about like, I want you to have a big penis.
Yes.
I want you to have this, that, the other.
Yeah.
I mean, it is technically like you're looking at someone's body and objectifying them and that whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
so what's the difference?
There really isn't.
Okay.
I mean, that's like just saying, like, putting on your profile, I want you to be able to read out loud.
When you say no fats, no femmes on your profile, that type of thing.
God, it's so mean. That's so mean.
It is very mean.
And you're also just outing yourself as a shallow douchebag. So I mean, go ahead and keep putting it there so I know I can avoid you.
Yeah.
I mean, I go ahead, I just block all those people when I scroll through. I just go and block.
Yeah. I'm curious with you, Cal, because the no Asian phrase, we've had lots of extensive conversation about that. Your family heritage is from India, correct? India, the last I checked in my map, is Asian. Do you have that same, from the continent of Asia, do you have that same situation in Grindr?
Absolutely.
You're rejected because...
Automatically. Automatically because of my background and the color of my skin.
Yeah.
And it's just, and some people are really nice about it. Some people just automatically block me, and some people are really rude about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I've even gotten comments because reply back like, "Oh, do you smell like curry?"
Oh my God! Wow.
It's true, and it's
painful.
Yeah, people are very nasty.
Do you now? You've heard situations like that. Does it still hurt, or do you just? Do you have the defense mechanism of just going, whoop, I turn that off?
Like Teflon, you let it slide right off.
I let it slide right off my back, but there's an element of it that does hurt.
Of course.
Because at the end of the day, I think that I'm a great person.
And you're handsome as hell.
and you don't
taste like curry the last time I licked your face. Stupid person. Tell me who that person is. I'll go find
taste
him.
like Chanel, FYI.
But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's no, like you were saying, like, there's some times where, it's just whatever, and you just move on. And other times, it does hurt, because you have to deal with, you're constantly having to deal with it.
Here's the irony of the conversation and what we're talking about in Grindr. And this is not an issue where we're criticizing Grindr, because we're really not. We're talking about how we respond and use the platforms. The situation for you is the empirical illustration of why white privilege is so detrimental. Because knowing you, I don't have to sell you to a viewer, but you're in a situation where you have this response and that you might be rejected immediately because of your cultural heritage and the color of your skin. But I also know in my interaction with you, you have a fantastic and an unbelievably important job. And by every measure for anybody that would want to date you would go check, 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 check.
And a great ass. Like a fantastic ass.
And a preference that would be very popular for many in the gay community, but you're automatically rejected
automatically
by a significant percentage. And I'm thinking, well, first off, no harm to you, but how stupid of the people that are missing great opportunities, and their white privilege leads them in their ignorance to stupidity in the loss of the potential of you.
I just think at the end of the day, it's they're doing us a favor. Those of us who are looking for something else or looking for whatever our preference is or whatever we want, they're just creating another space available for someone else on my screen.
But do you look for the love of your life on Grindr?
No, absolutely
No,
not.
of
No,
course not,
absolutely
right? That's not what I thought of. You do?
I met my husband on Grindr.
That doesn't surprise me, Gordon. You know that there's this website called Douchebags of Grindr, right? And if you go on there, and it'll show you like people that have been super mean to other folks and have all these, they're labeled by stars. So if you ever do fall in love with someone on Grindr, go on the website and see if they're on there.
Oh.
All
We
right.
need a star rating system.
It's very interesting, and it's an interesting conversation. And above all else, and I continue to hold us accountable. In the LGBTQ community, when we ask for universal acceptance outside of our community, we have to be the first ones to go, we are going to accept.
Yeah.
And as we discriminate against ourselves, I say this about our trans community, we are representing that we're not really ready to be accepted by the broader community because we do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing here. All right, let's move on. Let's explore the LGBTQ plus world tonight, this week with some silly and also some important headlines in the LGBTQ news this week. This is a lightning round. We won't discuss it in the degree that we've just done on racism and Grindr because we're going to discuss this in a segment called Saved by the Bell. You ready, Faye? We're getting ready to come back to you. This segment has a twist. We are only going to discuss each headline for just 1 minute. At the end of the minute, you're going to hear this bell.
You know, my doctor says I'm losing hearing in one ear. Guess which one? All right, we're good. Oh my God! I can feel that in my uterus. You know that? Wow.
Hey, honestly, I want to know nothing about anything you feel.
My uterus is right next to you.
So when you hear that bell, that means you got to stop, and we're going to move on. Everybody understand? And
yes.
Here we go. First, Saved by the Bell. Not since Sordid Lives has the trailer park been this gay. Saved by the Bell. Headline number 1. Country gets gay. You don't say that very often. And boys get wet. And you don't say that very often with country in backwoods bougie. Seriously, watch this.
Yeti koozie, ain't no shame in being backwoods bougie. Dark sand, farmer's tan, got an island oasis off the ragged sands. Copper tone, sprays on, fold your chair out and claim your throne. And stick a white claw in a Yeti koozie. Ain't no shame in being backwoods bougie. Rockin' knockoff Ray-Bans, cause we ain't got Gucci's. It ain't fancy, it's just backwoods bougie. Breezes blowing, jet skis coasting. Ain't no guest list, this invite's open. Poppin'
Well, did you notice the shirt? And did you notice the people in the video? It's Hayden Joseph's new video. What did y'all think? Country music.
Who is he?
He's a country music singer.
Do you think he knows who invented the word bougie?
Who invented the word bougie?
It comes from Black culture, Black American.
Okay, I knew that,
culture.
but so what about that?
I just think it's like a white gay thing, looking at it.
Wow, I love country music. I thought it was cute. I mean, there's, country music and gay doesn't really go together, in a lot of facets. But I'm a country music fan, so I like the music, and I felt included there.
Yeah, I thought it was
I know
super
you
cute.
guys didn't want to see the rest of the video, but I did. There was some hot boys in water with unicorn guns.
I thought there was some good eye candy. The voice I wasn't impressed with, but I love the dog. Love the dog, and I could.
This is not working out for Hayden Joseph the way I was expecting it to work out. He's breaking barriers, and I love that. I love. We're going to be watching you, Hayden Joseph. We're going to watch. A recent study showed 92% of gay people have been vaccinated. It's a good thing, too, since it's our fault that they're failing. Did you know? Watch this.
God, Yahweh. Let me tell you something. They've got variants coming that ain't no vaccine going to work for. This nation is under the judgment of God. And I want to tell you something right now. They're already admitting that the vaccine is alarmingly not working. Alarmingly. They're alarmed at what they're seeing. Do you know why? Because America, you're making a huge mistake. God is going to force you to look to Him. These vaccines are going to quit working on every corner until this nation falls to her knees and repents for dead babies and repents for the sodomy of this nation.
This evangelist goes on to preach that especially gay men are causing the failure of the vaccines. They're overwhelmingly failing now. Wow. Now, apparently he hasn't called into the CDC or the FDA, but that's what he thinks. What do y'all think?
He looks like Fred from the Flintstones. Did you see him? He is scary. And you know what's even scarier and more dangerous? That people are probably listen to his dumb ass.
Of course.
No one intelligent is listening to him.
Wait,
Gordon, think about that,
47%
Gordon.
of America is listening to him. 47%.
Okay, well, never get your science from a guy who sounds like Yosemite Sam. But I just I'm listening to that and I'm like, oh, well, as one of those sodomites that he's talking about, I just can't, these are the people I love to see on like Facebook and troll. So all I can do is laugh at it because it's just idiotic.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. And talk about eye roll. I mean, as I was listening, I was like, but it's
sorry,
scary.
what did you do?
It's the leather.
See, that's also what's causing COVID failure of our vaccines. All right, let's move on. 5 years ago, right? 5 years. I'm sorry, did you ring the bell?
I did.
Really?
But you see, I rang it like a lady. It wasn't loud or anything. It was beautiful. You should try it.
Yeah, like a lady. All right, I'll try that. 5 years ago, a long and lengthy legal battle was started when a Virginia school wouldn't allow a trans male student to use the men's room. Ugh. Now the school board has lost in the Supreme Court in Virginia and will have to pay $1.3 million in legal fees. Saved by the Bell. Headline number 3, Virginia school board to pay $1.3 million to a transgender student's lawsuit.
Good for you. About time. You know that they started this lawsuit when he was a freshman and now he's in college?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. And 1.3 million, yes, that's going to be a nice amount of change that he's going to be able to do whatever he wants with whoever he wants. And if he wants to call me up, I will stand right by you. I'll be the token lesbian, whatever you need.
Wait, did you pitch for his money? Is that what I've just heard you say?
Yeah, money makes the world go round.
Right. He just bought himself some free college from that school board. So that's awesome. But I love this because this has now set a precedent for school boards. So, okay, you're going to mess with me. You're not going to let me pee where I just want to pee. All right, well, I'll see you in court.
Yeah.
Yes, look, and the Hobby Lobby also, they had another settlement that was a couple million as well because someone that wasn't able to use the bathroom either. So there you go.
An employee.
Keep falling, people. Keep falling.
Yeah, absolutely true. All right, for years, a statue of a cisgender protester or protesters have been in Christopher Street Park commemorating the Stonewall riots of 1969. But finally, one of the most iconic trans women of the gay rights movement is getting recognized. Saved by the Bell, headline number 4, happened just this week. A bust of Marsha P. Johnson went up near the Stonewall Inn as a tribute to the transgender activists.
Yes, yes. And the bust has these little holes, so those are actual real flowers that they'll be putting on the bust every couple of days.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Cool. And another thing that they were going through the government, they got the funding and everything, but it got pushed back because of COVID. And then, they had another setback. So trans activists and a bunch of artists and people got together and got the money to do this themselves. This is not even like by government funds that this was paid for.
It's interesting that the cis white LGBTQ community in New York doesn't get it done, the trans community comes together and says, "Oh hell no,
No, we
step
got this."
aside."
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how it always
Again.
goes.
Again.
Yeah, but it's about time because we're always, of course, there's a statue of the white protesters there because that's what we've done forever. It's just a race. And now it's time to recognize who actually did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're very happy about what we saw in New York. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine ended up failing clinical trials because it wasn't effective enough.
The HIV vaccine.
Yes, and I'm getting ready to do that story. Thank you, Gordon. No, we're not talking about COVID-19. Saved by the Bell, headline number 5. Johnson & Johnson's, oh, by the way, this is about the HIV vaccine.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yes, I'm working on it. Fails clinical trials in a devastating setback. The new trials prove that it was only 25% effective. What do y'all think?
This is not Johnson & Johnson's year, huh? Like, ouch.
If I was a shareholder, I would be selling my shares. It
You're
doesn't
not
look good.
Pfizer and you're not Moderna. Yeah.
Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes a while. Science takes a while.
Yeah, of course.
This is an incremental step. So it had a 25% effectivity rate. Okay, usually it has to be around 50 to be approved. So we're not as far off as you might think. I see this as a good thing.
Yeah. Remember, we have a goal to have no new HIV infections. That's the U.S. goals. That's the World Health Organization's goals by 2030. This is a setback in terms of the timeline of that goal. But I love your optimism, and let's hope for that optimism. Even though you did interrupt the story. Well, some of the girls from older seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race may have careers that seemed dead. This is one show everyone is dying to go and see. Saved by the Bell, headline number 6. Night of the Living Drag Tour takes the zombie apocalypse on the road for Halloween. The drag queens are going to gather for a special Halloween-themed show. What do y'all think?
Love this. I love Got Mick. I love Rosé. I mean, just I'm excited about this whole group of girls. And they're going to have to come down to South Florida. So.
Of course, yeah.
But they're not on the tour. So that's the first thing I look.
Oh,
we're not on the tour?
No. It's not coming here. It's all in the
Next
north.
story.
Yeah,
I know.
Wait, the LGBT director of the Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau has no influence to change.
Which is why I looked at that list and I'm like,
We probably don't want to come anywhere near Florida with how bad our COVID is.
Well, we love Voss Events, who is putting on the event. Congratulations to you. All right, a recent FBI report shows that hate crimes have been rising for the general population over the past couple of years. The numbers are a little different when it comes to the LGBTQ community, though. Saved by the Bell, headline number 7. Anti-gay hate crimes fell in 2020. But wait, anti-trans crimes rose significantly by 20%, according to the FBI. What do y'all think about that?
Well, first of all, these stats are probably not accurate because most of the things that happen in the LGBTQ community is not reported. Okay. And second of all, 2020, nobody did anything.
Everyone stayed home.
Everybody stayed home. So if the trans, if the trans violence went up, that was domestically, probably more so for our trans brothers and sisters that they were in quarantine with someone that they loved. That probably hurt them. Unfortunately, I mean that's the facts.
And also all of our, the politicians and talking heads, instead of going after the gay community in general like they normally do in 2020, they focused almost exclusively on trans people.
Absolutely.
So this makes sense to me.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% because that is the focal point right now is the trans community. So people are lashing out at what they are, quote unquote, afraid of.
Yeah, well, and that would make perfect sense because they've been told for the last 4 years by somebody named
Cheeto Head.
A J in the middle of as his middle initial. That's what you should be doing. All right, that makes sense. All right, well, finally tonight, we'll move out of Saved by the Bell. Finally tonight, we're the LGBTQ community. So I guess the 4 guys here at the table are going to have to try to figure out what's that all about.
Sex!
3 guys.
Yeah.
Sex!
All right, so according to Faye, that means sex and relationships. So let's play another game.
Not
Our-
relationships, just sex.
Just
Yeah,
sex.
just that's it. That's it. Okay. Our game asks, who would you do and what would you do to 3 different interesting people? Tonight, our game is called, of course, Shag, Marry, Chop. Another segment that we have done since the first episode in our upcoming 3 years of anniversary. Our theme tonight is, by the way, first time we've mentioned it, Monday is Labor Day.
Yes.
We have a federal holiday. We got a nice long weekend. I'm looking forward to it. So this week we are celebrating the workforce. Get it? We're trying
I like
to
that.
incorporate workforce in our theme.
Yeah.
for
Got
Labor
it,
Day
got it.
And Shag. It makes
I
perfect
like,
sense. to
I like
me.
working late.
Yeah. Yes.
And who are these people?
Yeah, all right. So this week we are going to play with a construction worker turned model. See how we did that? Matthew Naska. And then a plumber turned model and fitness trainer, Alex Parsons. And then a truck driver turned, guess what? Model,
Yum.
Kaylin Morgan. So those are the 3 we're going to play with tonight. Literally. And Faye, tell us, let's begin with you. Who would you shag?
Okay, I am gonna shag Alex Parsons because he can mess with my plumbing. I could mess with his,
he
right?
can clean your pipes.
He could clean my pipes.
Ew.
Yes, thank you, Cal. I'm gonna marry Matthew Naska because he's a carpenter or something, right? He can fix stuff, right? We can't even put anything together from IKEA at my house, so I need him bad. Matthew, and also you're good looking, so we'll keep you. And then that means I have to chop Kaylin.
Look at those eyes. How dare you?
But look at those eyebrows. Like, that's a lot going on there.
Okay. All right.
He's cute.
Yeah, they're all cute.
He is, yeah.
And Mr. Rios, who are you going to shag?
Well, I am definitely going to shag Kaylin.
Alex.
Wow.
Parsons. I just like.
I'll shag Kaylin. Did you guys hear that?
How do you? Yeah. How do you?
Yeah.
We heard you the first time.
Yeah.
I want to shag Kaylin.
We heard the third of your voice the first time, Dan. What do you think about those eyebrows? See, it's interesting.
I
It's
think-
completely different for
Yeah,
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The dark
Absolutely
features.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And who are you going to marry?
That's a tough one. I think I'll marry Alex because plumbers are expensive. So it'll be great to have them under,
Oh, that's-
at home. And sadly, I will have to say bye to Matthew. But
Chop,
painfully.
Matthew.
Right. And Gordon, who are you shagging?
So these men that all look the same to me, of the 3 of them, I think I would shag Alex because just Faye took my joke. I was gonna say he can play with my pipes for sure, with my plumbing, and
Or he can drain you.
he won't.
Ow, Dios mío.
He'll be the one being drained. I love those eyebrows on Kaylin, so he would be the one I would marry because that's the one that you shag over and over and over again.
yeah.
And he's a truck driver.
Or be
so,
shagged by?
right,
Over and
so
over
What you
again.
really
truck driver, so I would let him drive his truck into me.
Yeah, okay.
And
Wow. Oh, my Lord.
Gordon is on a roll in
I
the
mean,
last half of the
wow.
show. Yeah, okay.
then I was gonna chop Matthew because he's a carpenter, and as a pagan, I've heard too many things about a carpenter, and I don't want to hear about him ever again.
My goodness.
Oh, is that a God
He just
reference? Are you
made it.
serious? Oh, my God, Dios mío.
In his shag-
At a church.
in his
First-
shag
first
job
glance.
in Sunshine Cathedral, he's made a Jesus joke.
Got it.
All right. And Cal, who are you going to shag?
So I'm gonna shag Alex because I'm gonna let him drain me. So I'm going to marry Kaylin because he's
I got to
absolutely
get
gorgeous.
a new gig, by the way. I'm just letting everybody know. All right. And Kaylin is
Yes, I'm
your
gonna
marriage.
I'm gonna marry Kaylin.
What do
Because
you
I love
think about the eyebrows?
I love his eyebrows because I have great eyebrows. So I love that. So we can go get.
fishing for compliments.
No, I mean we can go get our eyebrows waxed together. So
You guys taking an eyebrow screw? What are you going to do?
The eyebrows are nice.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
I just had like a
eyebrows.
mental picture of that. That was kind of hot.
I was
But-
going to say.
And he's got nice man titties. It's nice.
Yeah, it was great. So then, unfortunately, I have to chop Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Matthew didn't do too well.
No, I'm sorry, Matthew.
And Alex in the flexing didn't do too well, but Kaylin, he did really, really well.
Must be the brows.
Yeah.
Darker hair is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all 3 beautiful. And happy Labor Day to everybody. Go out and do something fun on Monday. Absolutely.
And just by looking at those 3 guys, who would have you thought would have had the biggest thing?
Kalen. He's the skinniest.
Yeah.
Skinny guys never fail.
Yeah.
Got
He's
it.
skinny and tall, and he's kind of boyish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't throw any of them out of the bedroom though.
All right. Well, before we end the show, we introduce you to our sponsor of It's Happening Out, and that's Jet's Pizza and Carol Merrill. Go to Google and find out who I've just referenced. And if you're coming to South Florida, and I'm kind of sad that only Dan Rios got the jokes.
We didn't want to interrupt you.
This is the pizza of choice for the LGBTQ community here in South Florida. It's Jet's Pizza, and we're getting ready to enjoy it ourselves here. And believe me, Faye is getting ready to enjoy it.
It's the only sausage she puts in her mouth.
Yes, it is, my friend.
Well, these days. Well, that's It South Florida, another week with you and the world's first and most popular LGBTQ talk show in the world. Before we sign off, let's hear from our host one final time for a good night. And let's begin with a good night from Faye. What?
Faye, what? Another week. God, I can't believe it's almost going to be 1 year that I've been doing It's Happening Out. And every single week I get, honestly, it brings me joy. It fills me. Not in that way, Cal. You know, I love to sit around this table and talk about LGBTQ plus topics with people that I love and care for and respect. So thank you to It's Happening Out for giving me a place to go to. Monday and Wednesdays, Queer News Tonight. It's Happening Out right here, Wednesdays also. And don't forget to catch me on The Faye What Show. That's Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. And be kind to each other, all right? It's tough out there right now. There's no reason to be rude or mean. You know, we've all got some tough stuff going on. Just think about that the next time you want to be an asshole.
Yeah. Ooh, that's right to the point. And a good night from Dan Rios.
Good night, everybody. It was great to be here again. I love to sit around the table as well and hear the different perspectives. You know, Gordon, actually, I love that you challenge us. I think that's what it's all about. And, you know, it gives us all a different perspective. September is here. Miami Beach Pride is happening this month and a lot of other things happening in Miami. So visit MiamiLGBTQ.com for all the deets.
Yeah, we're starting, even in the throes of the Delta, we're starting to have some normalcy. And the reason we're starting to have some normalcy is because you got vaccinated. That's the reason why. And a good night from Gordon Woodworth III.
Well, good night, everyone. And again, I encourage you to check out AltSpace and check out It's Burn Week. So there's all sorts of crazy things going on for Burning Man. So check it out. And most importantly, get your vaccine.
Absolutely. And a good night from apparently the most eligible bachelor at this table. Still. And that's Cal Gajraj.
Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on the show. It's always really enlightening to sit around a really diverse group of friends and get to talk about the issues and what's going on in current events. And hopefully we made you laugh. Hopefully we didn't make you cry. And you'll tune in again next time.
Absolutely. And we challenge you. Is what you watched tonight important to you? My goodness, look at the diversity of the conversations that we've had tonight, from the silly to the issues of racism and Grindr in our LGBTQ community and everything in between. I challenge you, find some place in America that is talking about what's important to the LGBTQ community in the way that you heard tonight. Because frankly, I hope you find more of it, because our community needs more of it. You have sat right here at the LGBT proverbial kitchen table right along with us. And we are here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. and this is live, unedited. You saw every word clearly. What came out of Faye's mouth and Gordon's mouth proves that forever. Don't forget, Queer News Tonight is daily at 8 p.m. We give you all of the big news all week long that's going on both in South Florida, Florida, the U.S., and around the world. Hotspots Magazine and We Meg Events is here now supporting in this new merged activity. And remember, if it's important to you, it's happening out. Good night, America.
Bye.